Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody is doing well. I just wanted to make this video for those specific few people who don't really quite understand why I like to replace Chroma's first ability instead of his fourth ability. I know there are so many people out there who have asked, why on earth would you replace Chroma's first ability instead of his fourth ability? And for those people, hopefully this video gives you an understanding as to why I do that, and maybe some other Chroma players do that. The main reason I actually replaced this ability at first instead of the fourth ability is because I just like the idea of the dragon. I mean, everybody likes dragons. If you play Chroma, you know what I'm saying? Even if it actually doesn't do the best damage at the end of the day, it's still a really cool concept. And my nigga, I'm gonna keep it real. At the beginning, that was quite literally it. That's the only reason I replaced it. But then I actually started looking into it. I was like, you know, maybe these people are spitting. Why do I replace Effigy instead of Spectral Scream? Like, what's actually the reason? So one day I actually tried to make a build with Spectral Scream as well as my Exodia Contagion Zaw build, and then reality slapped me in the face. You see, Spectral Scream actually has a problem. While Spectral Scream is active, you are not allowed to use your primary or secondary weapons. However, you can still use your melee weapon. Now, you would think as an Exodia Contagion Zaw user, you know, I'm ecstatic. Alright, whoopee, I get my Exodia Contagion Zaw. I can still have the ability active and have my Exodia Contagion Zaw active, which is a fair point at the end of the day. For an Exodia Contagion Zaw player like myself, obviously that shouldn't be a problem, right? Except for the fact that it is, and let me tell you why. You see, Chroma actually has two abilities that can provide Exodia Contagion Zaws a multiplicative damage buff, and the first one should be fairly obvious. I mean, it's Vex Armor. Vex Armor increases the base damage of weapons, but the Exodia Contagion Zaw projectile actually gets a multiplicative buff instead of an additive one while the ability is active, which is fucking amazing and what helps the Zaw do the crazy damage that it does. While you're playing Chroma, you could also give your Zaw a second multiplicative damage buff by simply having the Toxin Elemental Ward active. As you can see, the Toxin element on Elemental Ward offers holster damage, and that holster damage is multiplicative for the Exodia Contagion Zaw projectile. It's fucking awesome. And this right here is exactly why I replaced Spectral Scream instead of Effigy. But to either have Spectral Scream on and don't use Toxin Elemental Ward, or don't have Spectral Scream on and be able to use Toxin Elemental Ward. Yeah, I'ma go with not using Spectral Scream, especially because, let's keep it real, why on earth do I need Spectral Scream for a Zaw build? Is there actually a reason that I need to constantly emit elements with an ability so I can apply status to enemies and stagger enemies with a build that one-shots? Really? Like a build that is made to one-shot? I'm not even worried about an ability like this with an Exodia Contagion Zaw build. Exodia Contagion Zaws are made to one-shot your enemies from any distance. One shot, one swing, dead. That's the point of a Zaw. Why on earth would I need to add an ability that adds status and staggers enemies that quite literally requires me to be up in their face to even apply the status in the first place? Again, other melee weapons where you don't have a projectile or you can't throw them, I understand completely. But I use Exodia Contagion Zaws, and at the end of the day, I would rather go with a damage buff that actually makes my Zaw stronger than a buff that just applies statuses to enemies. I don't know. At the end of the day, there is a lot of stuff in this game that needs to be buffed, and yeah, Spectral Scream and Effigy are definitely one of them. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much gonna be it for this video. I just wanted to make this video because I know so many people have been asking, why don't you use Spectral Scream on your Zaw build instead of Effigy? And it's like, big dog, Spectral Scream quite literally does nothing for my build except make my build worse. So yeah, that's why I don't use it. As a Chroma main, I can tell you right now, I like the ability. I think it's a cool idea, and I think it needs to be stronger. Why doesn't Spectral Scream actually apply the element you're emitting to your weapons? You mean to tell me I can't just look down and breathe on my fucking weapon and then have that element? That's stupid. And on top of that, why is the Effigy Sentry only able to move when you have the augment mod? I don't know, dude. There's so many questions when it comes to Chroma, and I'm sure a lot of Chroma mains out there feel me when I say that Chroma, as good as he is, could still use a buff that we would all appreciate. Let me know your opinions down below. Who knows, maybe there are some Chroma Exodia Contagion Zaw players out there who like having Spectral Scream active over Effigy. At the end of the day, to each their own. Use what you want, use what you enjoy. I just simply, for my build, find no reason to actually have Spectral Scream on, because again, if you're taking away a damage buff that only activates when I swap between my weapons, why would I have an ability that prevents me from swapping between my weapons? It just doesn't make sense in my opinion. Anyways, before this video ends, real quick, just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all the support on the channel. I really do appreciate all the cool comments and all the positivity you guys leave in the comment section. You guys are awesome. And yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for me. Keep your head up, stay positive, and with that being said, thanks for watching.